Welcome to the first series of Google Apps. I'm going to cover emails. This is Kirk Johnson. So let's get started. A lot of stuff probably already know about. If you've had a Gmail account, well then Google Apps is pretty much the same thing. Gmail, of course, is at gmail.com. In Google Apps, you got to have your own domain name. Now, they're pretty much the same platform. There are some little differences between them, but they pretty much work the same way. So I'm just gonna kind of brush over some of the obvious, and I'm gonna get into what people have asked and what people kind of get a little confused on. So I'm just looking at this, and I'll just pick on the first one, MindMeister. It doesn't really matter what it is. I'm just gonna use this example. Well, for one thing, people have asked me, well, how do I forward a single email? Well, in the body of the email, upper right-hand side, there's a More button. Okay, great. I can reply to one, or if this was sent to more than one person, you can reply to all, as well as forward a single email and filter messages like this, print, and do other things. Okay, great. Pretty simple, straightforward there. As well as, there's other things on top of here, like you can archive it. If it's spam reported as such, it will learn, delete it, move to, or even apply a label. Now this can be quite handy. You can apply either existing label, or you can create a new label. So this is one out of 4 places you can create a new label that I know of. There could be more. So I'll go back to the inbox. Now down below this is labels. They don't call them folders, they call them labels. Well, don't get confused. A folder label, they're really the same thing. There's the empty container that holds something, and in this particular case, it's emails. So I could have Active Rain, I got a Facebook one, and I can also click more. I can scroll down here, and I can create a new label down here, which is the second way, or even manage labels as well as, of course, I can look through all these other ones. Excellent. And below that, there is Gtalk, which is basically instant messenger. Now, if I want to invite somebody that has a Google Apps or Gmail account to my Gtalk, because I want an instant message back and forth, all you got to do is put in their email address. Hey. Okay. When you put in their full email address, then you're going to see this invite to chat. Okay. It'll send them an invitation. They can either accept or decline. The outcome is obvious. So you've got your labels, you got your Gtalk. Of course, you can answer all these. And of course, get the little check boxes next to this. And you can do the same thing up here, move it to label, delete it, report a spam, archive, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's kind of the basics. The other thing, once you get into your email account, I think some people that don't use Gmail quite a bit overlook this, but at the top here, there is 9 little boxes, and is your apps. So if you click on this, you'll get a drop down. Great. I could do my Google Plus, I could search mail, calendar, drive, groups, and even more. Excellent. But I'm going to go over here to settings. And I'm going to click on settings. What can you do with settings? Hey, you can do quite a bit. You can come down here, and one of the things we do is, of course, create a signature. Now for us, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to eXp Cloud. How do you create your signature? Well, you can go in there and put everything in there and all the good stuff. We also have under business tool, marketing tools, we do have custom Gmail signature, which will shortcut this whole process. You just have to modify what's in here, like change the number to yours, change the name, of course, and whatever you want to do, link the stuff up. Hey, guess what? I hit Control A for copy all, or you can just do highlight all. Control C is for copy, Control V is to paste. I can take this and I can throw it into my signature. Great. Whatever you do, whether you create it by hand or use that, just go down to the bottom, hit Save Changes. Another useful thing in here I find is a vacation autoresponder. See, I can tell it when to turn on and also when to turn off. It's very, very handy. And I use it every single time because I can set this week ahead of time and forget about it. It's already set. It'll turn itself on and off automatically. I'll put subject and whatever the message is. Like, hey, I'm gone on vacation. Contact these people if you need help. And so on and so on. Whatever you do, of course, save changes at the bottom. I also got these labels up here. Hey, another way to create a label, the third way. Creating a label, great. Not only that, I can also show, hide, edit, or destroy these labels. Great. How handy. I'm going to go over to Accounts tab. Now, if you ever want to change your password, Google Account Settings, and there's Security tab in there. You go ahead and change it. But other thing that I find interesting is add a POP3 email account you own. Now, let's say if you have a Yahoo account, you've had this for a long time, and you want to pull this into your Google Apps account, and you want to push it back out through Yahoo. You can do that through this. Now, as far as what we have is for tutorials on this, we actually have expcloud.com, of course. You click on the support center there. We have our knowledge base. Come on down to Google Apps, of course. Not only do I have tutorials on how to create your Google Apps signature, but how to pull in emails in Google Apps or Gmail account, okay, which corresponds with add a POP3 email account you own, okay. Just adding it, you're pulling it in. So, how to pull in emails into your Google Apps or Gmail account, nice little short video tutorial just like this, corresponds with this. Excellent. Now, the other thing we can do is filters. Well, it's a filter. Well, filters emails. It processes emails in some way, and I like to use them. So I'm going to click this create new filter. I could do any combination of these or multiple of these. It could be from something with a subject of. What I'll do, I'll just put in a subject. Oops. Let me get back there. Rather than click a little search thing, I like to create a filter with a search because this is where the power comes in. So first thing I notice that there's 4 emails that match. How can I tell? Because I see them in the back. What can I do? I can skip the inbox. Excellent. I can apply a label. Hey, I can create a new label. The 4th way to create a label, or choose an existing one. You don't have to skip the inbox if you don't want to. What we can use this for, like what I would skip the inbox, maybe apply to labels, stuff like Facebook, okay, Twitter. Stuff that's not important doesn't need to be in my inbox, but maybe I'll read it later. Very good ways to handle that. As well as you can also turn on canned response as long as you turn on in your labs. But the other important thing is it will only process emails from now on unless you click the little checkbox at the bottom, and then it'll go through your old emails and process them all. Very cool. The other one is, of course, forwarding POP and IMAP. If you need to forward this email to another one, just a simple forward, then this will work. Or if you need to enable POP or IMAP, a lot of third-party software, or like Wizards and stuff, on your mobile phone set up your email. Really don't need to do this anymore, but in case you do, this is where you do it. And the other thing you might want to take a look at is labs. Like I've enabled canned responses. Adding a gadget by URL. Well, no, it's disabled. So I got canned responses. It's the only thing I got turned on in here. There's a bunch in here. Check them out. You can click the enable radio button there. Save changes at the bottom. Start using it. There might be something quite handy for you in there. So that is kind of a brief overview of emails. There's of course a lot more to it, but that'll get you going for now. Have a good day. Bye.